All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back from our Christmas break, I guess you could say. And hopefully everyone had a good holiday. Or at the very least, a safe one. It can't hurt, right? All right, so check here real quick. Okay, looks like... Good grief, there are people all over tonight. Folks are dropping in. Nice. Good to see. Well, so we're getting the gang in the chat. That's always a plus, definitely. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Getting the gang in the chat. All right. So let's get Chuck in here, too.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? I hope you had all great Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Hopefully they had a safe one at the very least.
Yep. Oh, we got Tom, Dennis, Jason. My goodness, I saw Barks in there. Phil, how you doing, buddy? I think Frank's in the house. Janet, man, guys are rolling in. They're rolling in.
Yeah.
Everybody get their entry in, Josh? Hope so. Hope you got it all figured out.
Let's see, Thursday, I believe it was, we did the prize drawing for the Metal Detecting Central Illinois Facebook group. We drew 22 winners, and I believe Tom was asking how they could get entered for the Equinox giveaway, or actually how they got the phrase to, where they sent the phrase to get entered. And I had mentioned it in that live stream, but if you did not catch that during the live stream, Tom, as long as I'm correct, and that's who was asking, you can message me directly on Facebook, or you can send an email to beyondsightandsound@gmail.com. And we will be writing down those names this week and letting everyone know, don't forget, you've got to be listening live January 5th. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the chat that night. But a number of people there so far.
Yeah, Travis is in the house. How you doing, Travis? We got Mark. David Riley. How you doing, David?
Wow.
Yeah, we're rolling in. Yes, we had a great quiet Christmas. I see ORH just reported the local Panera Bread just caught fire. Must have had a hot oven.
I don't think they're supposed to make them that spicy, Bill.
No. Yep. And Christmas Eve, Christmas was quiet. After that, the floods gate open, and we've been running calls.
Not good.
Kept me hopping. I got, since yesterday, about 3 hours sleep. Just one after another. So, hopefully I make it through the show.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, too. I mean, we've been fairly busy on this end ourselves. Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day, a number of people were down for the count with some sort of bug going around.
All kinds of stuff going around right now, man.
Yeah, and then today we had Christmas here. Thursday we had the live drawing for the Metal Detecting Central Illinois contest that we had to get done. So now that I've got that contest out and done, for people that are interested in the next giveaway, there's still time to get entered in the Equinox 800 giveaway, because we'll take entries up to midnight, December 31st, Eastern Time.
Right.
Find the 7 keywords for the phrase and message me at Josh Kimmel on Facebook or beyondsightandsound@gmail.com to get yourselves in the running for that. Then you have to be listening January 5th. And for people that are used to getting us in some of the Facebook groups,
right,
January 5th will be the first show of the year for us, because we'll be off again this Wednesday for New Year's.
Right.
But we'll probably start scaling back on the number of Facebook groups we're casting in.
Yeah. They're still rolling in. Hey, Tam, how you doing? Dan Witt's in the house. How you doing, Dan? Yeah, and then the next contest, we've got a couple entries. Give us your Trump YMCA dance.
Which for that,
poster up the Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound page.
Yeah,
we got a couple entries. We got time for that. The more entries I see, there may be some other things thrown in that too.
Yep, Barb's entered, Janet's entered.
Yep. So,
and there's still plenty of time to get yourself into the running on that, because we won't draw the I don't even remember now. I think we said about a week after the 5th, whatever day that falls.
And if you don't think that you know how to do it, there's at least 2 instructional videos up on YouTube on how to do it like
Oh,
Frank.
and there's at least 2 videos in the group.
Yep. So give us your best shot. Give us your best shot. Because right now, the 2 that are in there, if I throw in what I think I'm going to throw in, they're both going to win.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll announce that after the metal detector giveaway.
If you don't enter, you can't win. You got to play to win.
Frankie Juarez, how you doing, buddy? I may see you tomorrow, right? That'll be cool. So
Is he bringing his snowblower?
we don't have snow yet, but it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. I'm reading all the pundits' posts. There's a couple guys on YouTube. They got storm chasers, and actually very good to listen to. They work over the weather, and they're saying we're in for a big change. Second week of January.
Uh-oh. Well, yes, it sounds like might be a good idea for me to put some time in on making sure the snowblower runs, getting the bubbles out, all of that. Oh, yay.
No, Jason, I did not enjoy a chunk of that Mega Millions. I had a couple losers. One I had none, and somebody in California, I believe, won that. $1.22 billion.
Well, and I suppose by this point it's too late to take it back and say it's defective.
Right.
You want to exchange it for a winning one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then finally, my back-ordered Vortex showed up. I got a couple of them in stock now. And we still have until the 31st. Those deals on the 800 and the MANTICORE are still in force. If anybody's looking, you'll save a lot of money. And then there's 2 reasons. Prices are going up after the 7th of January on the normal prices. And then those holiday prices are still in effect. So if you're looking to order one, you got time.
Right.
And saving a big chunk of change on a MANTICORE.
Looks like the weather forecast out of Illinois says the ground freezes back up after Tuesday.
Yep. It's going to get cold. So Frank's waiting for ice fishing. We talked about that today. It was starting to get there, that first cold snap.
Yeah, and then it all went away.
Man, it's all gone now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be doing much ice fishing for a bit yet.
No. So that's about it. It was a good Christmas.
Well, that's good. And
Yep.
a quiet.
I got what I expected. Socks.
Well, hopefully they're warm and comfortable.
Yeah. And the dog made out like a bandit.
Oh, I'll bet. There were probably all sorts of things around there for Birdie.
Oh, yeah. And she's growing pretty fast. She's smart. Why, Tim, how you doing? Illinois Digger's in the house.
Well, welcome back, Tim.
Yeah.
Been a minute since we've seen that guy in here, I think.
Yeah. So, and if anybody's listening, I had a gentleman that had a step down from the first Alaska trip this year in July. If anybody's looking to go, let me know. I got an opening. Still get you in on the reduced prices and that type of thing. Due to some unfortunate consequences, he can't make it. Yeah, there you go, Barks. Holler at Emery and get him in there.
Right. Limited availability. Get it fast before it's gone.
Yep.
And we had forgotten to mention that last Sunday, I believe.
Yep. So I got an opening. Somebody wants to have a little adventure, go up and see a little bit of Alaska and take a chance and get out and dig a little bit. You may come up with a nice piece of gold. And they just purchased 56 more acres of claims. And that's patented. Rich ground.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
And is this only one opening, or if they ask real nice, they can get one for them and their friends?
Oh, you faded out on me, bud.
Yeah, figures. The wind.
Yeah.
Probably. Is this only one opening, or if they ask real nice, can they stretch it into two so they can bring their friend?
Possible. I've been staying in contact with Betty because we have 15 on the first opens, or 15 slots for 22. And they got a club that was coming in, and they had one drop. But then there's a couple that wants the slots I've got. And if I don't get that filled here within a week or so, I'll probably lose those 2 slots.
Oh.
There's one spare there.
So,
yep.
Chop, people.
Yep. Emery, would love to take you, buddy. So anyway, if you're interested, contact me on Messenger and we can get it set up. I can get you information, the informational email, how to contact her, how to get all set up.
Yeah, because if memory serves me correctly, the down payment or retainer on that is right around the corner, literally.
It's due in the first week of January.
Yeah.
Oh, Neo, how you doing?
West Coast in the house.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Good to see everybody in the chat here.
Yeah. Yes, everybody's relaxing from the holidays and getting ready for New Year's Eve. Hopefully everybody is safe that holiday as well.
And we've got Digging with Amber in the house. Hello, Amber.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
We have seen a few new names recently in the chat with the key phrase going on.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can go over and catch Kevin Barkley and Clay and Emery on their YouTube and see what they're doing.
Right.
Right.
Well, they haven't entered the Equinox 800 drawing yet. They're going to have to go over and check him out because there's keywords in a couple of videos.
Yep, there's keywords in that. And go live from me and mentioned in a lot of our shows. to put that phrase together.
Well, there were a few people that they were trying, I don't know, to put the cart in front of the horse, and were trying to leap to the front of the line when there was maybe half the phrase left to go, and
Right.
they were close, but they weren't right, so they had to hold on until they got the rest of the keywords.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're all out there now. They are all out there.
Ooh. What are you doing, ORH? Don't you like that neighborhood? He says, sounds like Armageddon there. Captain D's in an apartment complex just went up. Must be all tied in. I feel sorry for the boys, gals, men and women in that department. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, what is going on? Is it a full moon? Did I miss something?
Me too. Ian, you still got time to send that dance video in.
That's right.
Might be well worth it by the time we new moon, Ian Aiken says. I'll tell you what, the number of runs we had, I thought it was a full moon last night. The fog was so bad. Wow.
It sounds like something's going on in Ohio Realty-Hunter's neck of the woods. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope his homeowner's insurance is paid up. This is not the time to be out of house and home because somebody decided to light it on fire.
That's right. That's right. Somebody crossed their dowsing rods, huh? Interesting. That brings up a topic. How many of you out there have tried to douse? Anybody
to see
anybody had any success with it? I've seen it done. And I know people that have been very successful with it, and the rest of us stand there and these crazy things just do kind of all kinds of oddball stuff. So if anybody out there in our group can talk dowsing, let us know.
A lot of people think that it's all a bunch of hooey.
No, it's not. I've seen it
done. But I've seen it done.
And we had one gentleman on this show that uses it a lot and has found more gold than most people would ever imagine could be found. And that was off Bering Sea Gold. They douse.
Yep. Steve Pomeroy.
You betcha, Steve. When he turns around and tells you I found $88 million worth of gold because of dowsing, you sit there and go, interesting.
But here's another thing, too. I have seen people try it and it not work for them. It'll work for some people and not for others.
Yep. Jill's dad could do it. Unbelievable. And then he tried and teach me and Jill how to do it. And it didn't work. Not for us. my holding it out on the right hand, it'd sit there and just do a 360. Kind of like out of Pirates of the Caribbean, the compass.
Right, like you're in the Bermuda Triangle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I've seen people where they will go through and they'll use it to find water. And they'll mark a spot and they'll tell you it's right here. And then they'll walk away from it and hand the dowsing rods to someone else and tell them to give it a shot. They couldn't find that mark on the ground if it was on the broad side of a barn.
That's right. And I've seen guys do this in a cemetery, find unmarked graves doing it.
I have heard of that.
Yeah.
I've not seen that one myself, but I have heard of it.
So, and you know, I've never been a proponent of long range finders. Have you ever seen those? You pull the antenna out and then you take it around and then you triangulate.
Where a big chunk of the community thinks it's a bunch of hooey.
Yep. And
because a lot of those seem to be just a money grab.
Yep. Plastic box with an antenna on it.
Yep. Somebody's finding treasure with it, but it's the manufacturer, not the customer.
Yep. So, but Jill's dad could find City of Keokuk, a lot of their old water lines that they weren't mapped. They said, well, it's about right here. They called Norm. He'd go out. He grabbed 2 welding rods, clean the flux off, polish them a little bit, walk, and it just, boom, come across and literally almost pull his arms down. He said, it's right here. And you dig it, and he was dead on.
Yep, and that's the thing. I mean, some people, like I said, some, they're able to do it, and when they mark that spot and say, dig here, you better be digging because that's where it is.
Yep, Tom, I've seen those ads. Bill, I do remember the electroscope ads. I never saw one, never had one in my hands, but from what I heard, it was, no, not good. Yep. Shannon says her uncle does it with the graves. He does very good with the rods. Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen it work. I've thought many times about trying it myself. I know it works. I've seen it work too many times to know otherwise.
Right.
But like I said, some people it just doesn't work.
I'm reading Emery's post. He actually teaches it, he said. And the one rod that moves first and goes farthest in the direction of flow is the direction of flow, energy flow. So, interesting. But there's been several that I've run into that can make it work. They make it work very well.
Maybe we should ask Emery what's it mean if the one in your right hand spins around in circles.
Yeah, there was too much flow in the area. It was probably a little whiskey and water.
You just never know.
Nope, but that's always interested me. And in Nome, I've seen one guy do the map, and they literally
The map dowsing.
Yep, and it worked. They hit a good pocket. They hit a real good pocket because of that. So, Steve Pomeranke, flat tell you, 2 of his biggest hits ever were up due to dowsing.
And it's crazy, too, because I've seen the map dowsing. And you just look and you're going, oh, come on now, really? But it is just uncanny how accurate it is.
Right. Now they've tried that looking for the Lost Dutchman mine. And they've never had anything with it on that portion of it. saw a show on searching for the lost Dutchman's mine, and they were using the long range and using dowsing rods. Of course, they had metal detectors, and it made for a good TV show. That was about it.
Right. And I've had the privilege to talk at some length with a few longtime treasure hunters that they've put some time in on the Dutchman as well.
Yep.
And it's interesting to hear the different theories that come out.
Yeah. And hey, Barb, I did see that where that ladder truck got hit by a train.
Oh,
Not good. Tried to get across. I don't know what the driver was trying to do, but he had a aerial apparatus going across. I just saw that before I got a hold of Josh tonight. He ain't worth it. So, yeah, Bob, it would. It would be fun to try that on Treasure Coast. I have tried. I have never had any luck with it. Just another form of our hobby. Now, I got another one. How many of you out there are aware of the Deus 2-box unit now? Deus XTREME?
I would think a number of them should be, since we discussed it a bit earlier in the month.
Yeah. See if they've known anybody that's been using that and had any success, because I've got a couple of them going out to people.
Yeah, or if they've heard about it.
Asked me what I knew about them. I said, nothing. That's kind of a narrow market. And I've never had one set up in my hands to see what I could do or test with it or anything. So that'd be interesting. They are headed, well, they wouldn't tell me what part of the world they're headed to, but they're deep seeking using the Deus XTREME.
Well, and with it being a 2-box unit, that thing could have some serious depth.
It could have some serious depth, yes. The old Fisher Garrett 2500 had the 2-box option. And I sold some of those, and guys used them.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think they called that the Groundhog.
Okay. Yep. I haven't seen one operate. And I told those guys, I said, as far as getting any training on it out of me, you're going to have to come back and train me after you're done figuring it out.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Did you ever find anything with it, ORH? He had the GTI 2500 Groundhog.
Okay, so I was right.
I sold several of those over the years. So
the 2500s were good units for their time. I'm actually surprised that Garrett kept it in the lineup as long as they did.
Yeah, I know it. And that just ended a couple years ago.
Yeah, it hasn't been all that long ago. And man, that thing hadn't been in the lineup for decades.
No. I'm trying to remember. White's had a 2-boxer for a short period of time, too. Oh, well. Shannon asked the question, how are they liking the vortex that went out? I see people finding with them, and they're liking them, but there was an upgrade that was put out, and they're having some trouble transferring the upgrade into the units that are out there, and there's some, when they're done loading, they're having some operational problems.
Yeah. So the jury's still kind of out on that one.
Yeah. And I just got a couple in, and they're touting it as a very good water machine and beach sand. So, yeah, Jason, I'm seeing some on Marketplace too. I got a couple new in the box. I didn't go whole hog on ordering a lot of them. I'm sorry, I just not getting that much demand for them.
Well, and I think distribution is so backlogged right now that even if you had, they'd probably just kind of trickle in like we've seen with some of the other units until distribution's all caught up.
Yep. Gary said they're flopping. Real talk. So, oh boy.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yep. Maybe they can get the issues fixed. Always seems when something first comes out, there's a lot of issues to take care of.
Right. You can try and do due diligence to work out all the bugs, and quirks, and all of that, but there's bound to be something somewhere because the manufacturers cannot possibly think of every potential scenario or environment that machine is going to be in.
Yep. You're right, Gary. They do. You said they all have bugs.
Yeah.
It's no longer a detector. It's a computer on a stick.
Yep.
And they got to get out. I think overall, one of the best units to roll out in the past without a lot of problems has been that NACA. They didn't have a lot of major problems with that.
Right.
Well, Phil, I'm sorry. His 800 can't find an Indian head penny. Oh, buddy.
You might want to check your coil cover and make sure nobody's taped his pink penny under there.
There you go.
Just saying.
Jason, the original XPs that came out, when they first came out, they had their problems too.
First gen Deus had a big issue, especially
with issues. Trust me. A lot of issues.
And there were a number of issues with the waterproof kits too.
Yep. 800 had them. One of the few that didn't have a lot of issues that was issued was the CTX 3030.
That's true.
There you go, Dennis. TM 808.
Oh, yeah, the whites unit. Yeah.
Yep. And they were heavy.
They were.
Very heavy. So. Oh, he's still got the aluminum foil on his coil, like Josh told. Did you tell him to put aluminum foil on his coil?
Gotta quit listening to that guy.
Oh. So,
Oh yeah, that was from our total eclipse contest.
yep. Armadillo hat. Curious. Yep. Poor Phil. Someday you will end up and shake it off. Jason, the Xterra,
Bro.
for the money, pretty damn good machine. Not any problems. And before Christmas, I had a run on those.
Oh yeah, that machine kind of blindsided everyone, I think.
Yes, it is.
Thought the Xterra line was done. And then we saw people uh, touting the wonders of that machine that I'm going, wait a minute, normally these guys are using machines that are 3 and 4 times the price of that.
That's right. Chicago Ron got a hold of me 2 weeks ago and said he wanted one. Wants it for his backup in the water. So for the price of that, that's a pretty good little machine.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're wanting something to throw in the back of the car where you've only got time to hunt when you get off of work or something,
Yep.
God forbid something happens and they steal it, you didn't just lose your high dollar machine. It'd be easier to replace.
Yep.
Because those are, well, I want to say right around 300, aren't they?
You get the Xterra Expedition Pack Extreme with the wireless headphones that don't come with the other units, and 2 coils. I think you're talking $5.99.
Yeah, I was going to say that one's going to be more expensive. I'm
And
talking the bare bone Xterra Pro.
yeah, Xterra. Yeah, you're down in that range, and it uses the ML 80 or 805 wireless headphones. So good unit, waterproof, rechargeable, wireless.
Right.
For that kind of money, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had a run on them there before Christmas, quite a few of them. People calling, can you get me one now? Yes, I can get you one now. So everybody got their stuff in before Christmas. I even heard back from some of them, thank you for the getting it to us. I said, thank you, PS. It made it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Become quite the popular unit.
Yes, it has. For the money, yes, it has. And easy to use. They're lightweight. Full claps, all that kind of stuff. So, all kind of a lot of fun. Well, a quick reminder, anybody wanting to go to Alaska, I got an open. And that's the 18th through the 24th. Fly out on the 17th, spend the night in Anchorage. Fly in a Nome next morning. And then red eye at home. Leave on the 24th. So we're going to try and see if we can get a few more nice big pieces for some of us. Yeah, there's another that one. Dennis bought his grandkids one of the Xterra Extreme Pro Packs expedition.
Oh, well, they're off to a heck of a start.
Right. 16th. Right, Dennis. Anyway, they can get a hold of me. We'll get everything out to them. Okay. So I'm going to back out of here. It's been a long run here. We're pretty busy. I got about 3 hours sleep in the past 30. So.
Right. Well, until the next time, Chuck, have a safe and happy New Year.
I want you all to have a safe and happy New Year. Be careful out there. Don't go out driving around. Just sit home, sip a toddy, and relax.
Right.
And most of us won't see midnight anyway.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a new year tomorrow. Later. So stay safe, my friend. Thanks for having me on. All the rest of you, if you do get a chance to get out and dig a little more before it freezes up next week, have a great time. I hope you find a bucket lister. Phil, get out and find an Indian head penny before the end of the year.
We'll see you, Chuck. Hey, you never know, Phil. Maybe you can start off the new year with an Indian. I don't know. Anything is possible. But time is running out for the Equinox 800 giveaway. Like I said, we'll take entries for that up to December 31st at midnight Eastern Time. Resident in the lower 48 or have a shipping address in the lower 48, 18 or older, and that gets you in the running if you can find the key words to the key phrase and get it to me. That gets you in the running for the copper rounds, the fines boxes, the silver rounds, or the ugly box if you do not already have one, or a brand new in the box ready to ship MineLab Equinox 800. And I suppose now would be a great time to once again say thanks to Emery and Kevin and Clay, and tell everybody to check out Bark's Detecting Bits on YouTube, especially if you're trying to track down the words to the key phrases. You got to follow the breadcrumb trail. You got to have time to get yourself in the running. That's all I can say. Either way, hopefully everyone has a very safe and happy New Year. We will be off once again Wednesday. We will be back Sunday. And that is the night that if you have gotten yourself in the running for the detector giveaway and the silver rounds and all of that, that you will want to make sure that you are listening live in the chat. And it may be a little easier to find you if you're used to tuning in on Facebook. You may want to make sure to come over to YouTube, at least for that night, or the Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook. Either way, we should, between me and Chuck, one or the other of us should notice you. And there have been some people that have been messaging me and letting me know the YouTube channel that they're associated with in case they have been tuning in through YouTube, and that has been very helpful, because I know there were a couple that I was wondering about that once they messaged me, you know, what name they went under on YouTube, it's like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense now. I see it, yeah. I remember you. Something like that. So we thank everyone for tuning in, not only for tonight's episode, but for all the episodes this past year. And stay safe the rest of the year. May 2025 be golden. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. You can reach us at Josh Kimmel on Facebook or beyondsightandsound@gmail.com. And I think next Sunday we will probably be able to mention a deadline on the shuffle contest that we've got going for the Gary Penta artwork that people are posting up the videos in the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group. Remember, if you don't play, you can't win. That's just the way it goes. Have a safe and happy year, everyone. We're out of here.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.